This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So just about every night, Tucker Carlson goes on Fox News to his nightly white supremacist fireside chat, speaking to radicalizing Republicans all across the country. And his program has really dedicated itself to the radicals among us and dedicated itself to radicalizing the people who aren't quite there yet. Whether it be about actual racism and white supremacist conspiracy theories like the Great Replacement Theory or white genocide, you hear it called, or related to the coronavirus. He has taken his spot chief among the anti-masker conspiracy crowd, really verging into QAnon territory, as you're going to witness here from what happened last night. Extolling the virtues of falsely reporting crimes to the police. Because, you know, the Blue Lives Matter crowd, this support law enforcement at all cost crowd, don't mind wasting cops' time falsely reporting child abuse. If that doesn't make any sense, it soon will. Watch this moment, this couple of minutes from last night. It is a remarkable display of dumb f***ery, the likes of which we haven't seen for quite some time.
We did give in. This grotesque version of Halloween went on for more than a year, and it's still going on. Not even Tony Fauci still pretends that masks are medically necessary. Instead, masks are purely a sign of political obedience, like Kim Il-sung pins in Pyongyang. We wear them because we have to. The only people who wear masks voluntarily outside are zealots and neurotics. How neurotic are they? Well, we know. A Pew survey from last March found that 64% of white Americans who classify themselves as liberal or very liberal have been diagnosed with an actual mental health condition. And you see them everywhere when you walk down the street in any major city. If you dare to go on foot from Union Station to the Capitol, for example, in Washington without wearing a mask, angry Biden voters will snort at you in judgment. How could you? They're saying from behind the gauze. How could you? That's the question we should be asking of them in return. The rest of us should be snorting at them first. They're the aggressors. It's our job to brush them back and restore the society we were born in. So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no reason for you to be wearing it. Your mask is making me uncomfortable. We should do that, and we should keep doing it until wearing a mask outside is roughly as socially accepted as lighting a Marlboro in an elevator. It's repulsive. Don't do it around other people. That's the message we should send because it's true. As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives. What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you are morally obligated to attempt to prevent it. If it's your own children being abused, then act accordingly. Let's say your kid's school emailed you to announce that every day after lunch, your sixth grader was going to get punched in the face by a teacher. How would you respond to that? That's precisely how you should respond when they tell you that your kids have to wear masks on the soccer field. That is unacceptable, it is dangerous, and we should act like it, because it is. But too few of us have responded like that.
So, let's be clear here. None of these things Tucker Carlson is going to do. Tucker Carlson's not going to confront someone in public. Tucker Carlson isn't going to call the cops if he sees a child wearing a mask. Further, the fact that he equates wearing a mask with being punched in the face just tells me that Tucker Carlson and his delicate, soft skin has never experienced actually being punched in the face. Secondly, there's nuance to this argument about continuing to wear masks. We are in this weird period where a growing number of Americans are vaccinated. I believe it's likely close to or just over 30% of Americans are fully vaccinated. And there is going to be a period where For instance, I'm fully vaccinated, or I will be here in about 3 days, the 2 weeks after my second shot, and I'm still wearing a mask. Because it makes people comfortable, and there's still a slight risk of catching it. And further, I don't know that I'll ever fly again not wearing a mask. Any flying test tube of pestilence in the air. I think I'll always wear a mask. Some of this should be normalized for the rest of time. That if you're sick and you need to go to the pharmacy to pick up medicine, you wear a mask so you don't endanger the other people spreading whatever you have. That's courtesy. That's not repulsive. Wearing a mask, according to Tucker Carlson, is repulsive. Maybe I should have stopped and started as we went, but let me address some of this stuff. He says that it is a sign of political obedience to wear a mask. That's exactly how this started. That during his daily coronavirus briefings, Donald Trump said, yeah, well, they recommend wearing a mask. It's your choice. I'm not going to wear one.
The CDC is advising the use of non-medical cloth face covering as an additional voluntary public health measure. So it's voluntary. You don't have to do it. They suggest it for a period of time. But this is voluntary. I don't think I'm going to be doing it.
He signaled to the unwashed, uneducated masses of Trump voters that if you're a real man, you don't wear a mask. And we've seen that play out all across the country. It's become a political thing to take care of your neighbors, to take care of those who are more vulnerable to the coronavirus by wearing a mask. And if we have to do it for a few more months or a couple more months, it's common decency and courtesy. It is not repulsive or grotesque Halloween, Tucker Carlson. Children wearing masks, same as beating a child in Walmart. First of all, when's the ever Tucker Carlson's been in a Walmart? And that you're morally obligated to prevent child abuse, to call the cops and keep calling. It is a crime to falsely report a crime, to report a crime is taking place that is not happening. So Tucker Carlson, who's not going to do this himself, is setting it up to where most certainly some dummy in his audience is going to call the cops. Most certainly some dummy in his audience is going to come across someone minding their own business, wearing a mask in public, and they're going to tell them, take that off. That makes me uncomfortable. Your mask makes me uncomfortable. Who's the snowflake? These cowards. These dipshits. This inflaming of this nonsense culture war type of thing, making this continue to be political. It is not political. It's the least political thing you can do. It's humanism 101. It's Christianity 101. Do unto others. It has nothing to do with freedom. It has nothing to do with some political ideology. It certainly doesn't have to do with mental illness. Dipshit. Anyway, I, of course, as always, would love to know what you think. Please leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If here on YouTube is not enough and you'd like to check out my audio podcast that is called I Doubt It, that is a good time. You can follow me or subscribe or whatever the term that's changing now. Free podcast, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify. The other thing is I would encourage you, if you are in a financial position to do so, to support my work here on YouTube for $2 a month. You can click the join button and become a channel member. And it's a lot better than getting punched in the face or reported to CPS for something you're not doing. Tucker Carlson. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for engaging with my content. Follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.